Jason, I got a question for you.
Ask me.
Is it time to stop saying SSL?
Oh, God, it was long time ago.
Why do we still say SSL?
I think it's because, Tim, well, first of all, it was the term used for a long, long time.
It was the term. Well, it was the term used for a long, long time. It wasn't the official term for all that long.
Right. But it stuck, didn't it?
It did stick.
Here's the reason to use it. I'll make this case.
Okay. I've got a reason to use it too, but go on.
So TLS,
Yeah.
as the overarching, proper terminology, it can be either public or private. Mm-hmm. And therefore, what we want to do is denote web PKI.
Right. TLS also indicates a type of certificate, but also a protocol. TLS means multiple things.
And that's the problem.
SSL means one
thing,
which is a web PKI certificate. And I think that's why the word is stuck.
That's absolutely the reason. Yeah. For me personally, I use SSL once in a while. I've tried to use the term web PKI a lot more often.
Me too. I'm trying to train SSL out of my vocabulary. And I'm trying to say TLS when I mean TLS and web PKI when I mean web PKI specifically. And, but sometimes I still say SSL.
And so does everybody.
Right.
You're definitely not technically correct.
Right.
Using that
100%
term.
not technically correct.
I am not.
Absolutely.
But on the other hand, it means what it means.
Yeah.
And therefore it helps because just using the TLS, that's not the right way to denote what the proper use case is that SSL implies.
Yeah. I mean, language is a construct, right? And at the end of the day, if I say a word and you know what the word means, then it's a word, whether or not the dictionary says it's a word, right? And SSL has this usefulness because of its precise meaning that TLS suffers from this ambiguity.
That's right.
Right? And so if I mean a specific thing, you're going to get certificates from a public CA. You're going to put them on your servers. And when people with browsers are going to come, they're going to connect. And I mean that very specifically. Then the word SSL carries all of those connotations. And as soon as I start saying TLS, there is the potential for misunderstanding. Yeah. So what do we do about that? Keep saying SSL?
Yeah. I'm going to endeavor to use web PKI wherever possible.
I'm trying to say web PKI
because it works as a term.
Yep.
There's no ambiguity.
It's what it is. Yep.
And in fact, web is the use case. PKI is the underlying tech. It's a perfect term.
And it's a venerable term. It's been around. It's not like we're coining stuff. It's not a neologism. This is like a real word that people really know the meaning of.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to say, as much as I can, I'm trying to use these other words, web PKI certificate rather than SSL certificate, and TLS for when I mean TLS very specific.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, I think TLS will come up more as we get into the PQC world, as agents start to use TLS certificates.
Yep.
I think TLS will end up getting used more and more and more because it's the right term. But SSL, man, that's going to be sticking around forever.
And so question 2 then, to follow up on this. We all know that MTC certs are coming. And this is going to be the biggest technical paradigm shift since the creation of SSL.
Yep.
Right? Since 1995. Is that going to be the thing that breaks the back of the term? Are we going to stop saying SSL when we mean an MTC?
I think you and I both know why SSL should go away with that, because it's not the same kind of cert at all.
Absolutely not.
However, I think force of habit will be that it will be even wronger.
So I'm gonna go get me some SSL MTCs.
Yeah, I'm guaranteed people will be saying that.
I love it. I also find myself saying MTC certificate, of course, which is Merkle Tree Certificate.
Yep.
So I do that a lot. So we'll probably hear a lot of that. So I might have somebody might be saying, if you spread it all out, I'm getting a secure sockets later Merkle Tree certificate.
You know, I think there's already enough complexity here where even if you open up your mouth and you say to somebody Merkle Tree Certificate, they're like, oh my God, I got another thing now I got to think about. And so
a word that people know that they use. I mean, one of the other thing that occurs to me is if you are publishing web content and you want to be found by your audience, you kind of have to say SSL.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're going to search on.
Yep.
Right? And so that also, I think SEO of its nature has a property where it tends to preserve existing nomenclature. Right?
That's the way it works.
Right? Because I have to keep saying the word that the people know because the people have to find me to get to my content. So I have to use the word that gets searched, even if it's not the word I prefer. This is the reason we're all stuck with PQC. I could walk around saying quantum resistant cryptography, and it's not the searched term.
Even though it's a lot better term.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
PQC as a term is terrible.
Yeah.
And I wish it never got popular, but it did, and it's with us forever.
Yeah. And so if you want to talk about it and you want people to know what you're talking about and you want people to connect to you, you're sort of stuck using the words that your broad audience knows, and that's turning out to be PQC, and that's turning out to be, or continuing, I should say, to be SSL.
Right.
All right. So we're going to have MTC SSLs.
It's incredible to use a long deprecated term.
Yes.
For even today, it's
for a brand new architecture,
shouldn't be used.
Yeah.
And then in the future, it's going to be used against something that doesn't even apply.
It's kind of funny. So for something that was invented in the 2020s, we're going to use the word for something that was deprecated in the 1990s. I love it.
Gotta love language.
Gotta love the world. All right. Thank you, Jay.